everyone, welcome to my channel today. I'm Tara with Pieces of Tara Artistry. Thank you for joining me. So today is the Pouring from Coast to Coast collaboration with myself, Garrick Brown Art Studio, Brick Clayton Design, Chris Jessic Fluid Art and more, and Made of Pours. So I hope that you will definitely go check them out. I am the tail end of today's collaboration, so head over to those channels in case that you've missed them. So the challenge today was to do a black background with negative space and gold in it somewhere. So I think I did okay with 2 out of the 3. I mean, there might be some negative space between the blooms here. I don't know if it counts, but anyways, sorry, I just ran out of time to try again. So this is what we get today. I really like it. I am playing with the new TLP, This Little Pigment, or Fluid Art Company, I guess is what they are. They're not This Little Pigments. They are Fluid Art Co.'s Stuck Up Piggy line. And they are actually a very cool, like, extreme hyper shift chameleon pigment. So they are a little more expensive, but a little goes a long way. So in the blue one, I used Hoity Toity, and this one shifts from turquoise, blue, violet into magenta, and then gold, which is very cool, and you'll see that in the final results. And then in this one with the pinks, I used Egotistical. So this one has like a very cool range from violet, pink, peach, gold, and then a super cool lime green, and emerald green that you will see in the final results. So just a couple of things that I did on this on the first bloom that I kind of messed up, and so you'll see I pushed this center bloom into that one because I'm going to redo that one. So never fear, I'm not gonna lose it totally. But on the first one, what I did is I got this new hairdryer, and it was recommended by Becca. I think Becca Harkins is her name. She has a YouTube channel. She's pretty prevalent on Facebook. She does these beautiful, a lot of beautiful Dutch pours, and I saw her using it, and it looked like a nice smaller hair dryer with a smaller nozzle. And I actually really have been looking for a good one because I like to use smaller hair dryers on smaller canvases. I just feel like I have more control about what I'm doing. So I saw it. She recommended it. I bought it. It's like $18 on Amazon. Really good price. Super easy to use. It's got a low, high, and then a cool shot. So in the first one, I not accidentally, I had never used it on a bloom before like this. So I used it on high, and I lost a lot of my color. You can see it's like, I think I dug too much into the pillow when I was blowing. So I rectified that with these other 2 blooms. I added more paint, number 1, because I don't think I had enough paint in the first one. And then I also made sure that I blew it on low with the cool shot going. Now, it does take a little patience because it doesn't blow out as quickly, but I think it ended up turning out really good doing it that way. Now, this is my first time using a black pillow, so I really wasn't sure how that was gonna turn out too, but I really like it. One thing is that I did notice is that this black pillow paint is a lot thinner than what I'm used to. You can see even how it scrapes up and pushes back. It's a lot thinner. And I actually left this open for like 4 or 5 days, and it still ended up being really thick, but it was manageable. It worked out fine. So I just pushed that paint back up into that area to make a little bit more of a pillow, added a little bit to the edges so I would get flow when I blew out my bloom, and just redid this one, which I'm really glad that I did. Ended up turning out way better. And sometimes it's not real easy to redo a bloom like this, but I felt like I didn't have a lot of paint still in that area where the pink was too, and I felt like I could do it. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a whirl, and I'm glad I did. So I was going to, well, first of all, in this one, that gold cell activator, it's the Atelier Rich Gold cell activator, and I like it, but it's just not my favorite gold. And I find that it's really thick. Like, I tried to thin it down even with my Australian Floetrol a little bit more, and I still felt like it ends up being a really thick cell activator, which I think for a lot of different applications, that's fine. But when you want to blow something with your hairdryer, it's not the greatest application to have a real thick cell activator. So here, I'm just going to blow into it a little bit. I noticed that it wasn't really selling up, which was fine. I ended up getting cells in that area. So it wasn't a big deal. I had some humongous goober in there that I was really having a trouble getting out. That's the problem when you leave these paints open for a while. You do end up with kind of some chunks coming out of it. So I was just going to spin this one out, but I realized, do you see in that center, I was never going to get enough paint off this in the center to continue spinning it. I think my ends would have just gotten enormous and it would have just kept pooling in that center. So I decided that I needed to deconstruct. So that's another thing with this black pillow. I didn't anticipate how thin it was. I put on too much pillow paint, and so then I was stuck having to now figure out how to adjust. And so I did deconstruct, and unfortunately, because I had so much pillow down, I did have to lose parts that I actually really liked. And then also, you know, when you start deconstructing, you start getting some interesting lines that will develop, and not always what you want. And then, I don't know, when I start deconstructing, I always start seeing flaws too that I hadn't seen previously. And, you know, in that center section, there were just some like lines that I just I wasn't happy about. They weren't my favorite. And so I lost a little bit more than I wanted to. But in the end, I think it turned out really pretty, and I really do feel like this painting really showcased those stuck-up piggies, and I feel like they look just gorgeous. And I loved combining the two in the way that I did. I thought it was really ended up being a cool composition and color combination. The stuck-up piggies, I wanted to just say too that, you know, they might be expensive, but honestly, you do not use very much at all. So if you have definitely a project that you feel like they would go really well in, don't hesitate to get them, because you will not be sorry. You can see that in this painting, it was a 12 by 24. I mixed up 2 ounces of each, and I probably put about, you use less of the stuck-up piggies, so I probably put about a 1/4 gram of the stuck-up piggy in my 2 ounce pouring medium, and it still was beautiful. So you could get several uses out of even just if you get the 1 gram jar, you can get quite a few paintings out of there, because even with just this one that I used, I still have probably 1.5 ounces of paint mixed in my pouring medium that I can use on other projects. So I only used maybe 1/2 ounce on this each of these blooms that I did. So maybe probably not even 1/2 ounce. I mean, maybe a 1/4 ounce, honestly, because you don't use much paint in the blooms because you're stretching, and the paint really goes a long way. And these chameleon pigments, they actually go farther than even some of the other pigments, so you don't have to use as much in your pouring medium. So anyways, just a little plug for the chameleon pigments. I know a lot of people are hesitant to get them because they are a little bit more expensive, but I really love them. I can't wait to use them again in some other pours. I love how it really, from any different angle that you come at them with, it's so cool to see like just all the different colors coming out. And I do show you the wet results at the end and the dry results, but not the resined results. So I have not resined it yet. I'm waiting for it to cure a little bit more before I put a coat of resin on it. But once I put the resin on, I am like really excited to see all the shifts that you can see even with the resin. Plus you get to see the pigments so much more. They bling a little bit more when you do put the resin on. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that as well. So I am coming to the end here, and you are going to see the wet results here pretty soon. I thought the wet results were really cool, and I tried to keep them on the spinner and spin while I was showing you. See, there's that lime green in that middle egotistical. It's so cool because when you're looking at it straight on, you don't see that lime green as well. Here's that, it's got like a purple shift that I see, or that violet shift that I see a lot in the hoity-toity. But when you're looking at this one straight on, it's super magenta. It's really magenta and kind of like a peach color. So cool. And then here's the other one with the same color combination with that hoity-toity. So I really thought this was a fun project. It's really fun to see all the shifts. Now here's the dry results. Of course, you don't have quite as much shine. I was trying to show you the shine here and the shimmer of the pigments and of those, there you can kind of see a little bit, the shimmer in the chameleon pigments. You can see it much better with your naked eye than even here on the camera. It's really hard to capture them, so you can see them there really nice. But yeah, that's what I got for you today. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like what you're seeing, comment, let me know what you think of this one. And I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.